Okay, so I wanted to create a little video so that you guys can get an idea of how to do your CPT. Okay, so I'm going to be walking you through the process so that you are able to do what you need to do. Okay, so number one, up at the top here, up here, you should be able to, actually, if you open, let's open a new screen. Okay, so if you open a new screen, please make sure that number one, you are logged in to your K-12. Okay, once you log into your K-12, you're going to open this little Padlet up here and you're going to go into Google Sites. Okay, when you go into Google Sites, I already have one here. Okay, you're going to, actually, I'm just going to start from scratch. You're going to click on blank site. Okay, so there's your Google site. Up here, up at the top, you're going to call it, so I'm going to call it Miss C, I'm going to call it Mary's. So Mary C, career CPT. Okay, so there is my CPT. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this because that's not what I want. So there is my CPT. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into share with others. And the first thing I'm going to do is where it says draft restricted. I am going to click on YCDSB. And I'm going to make sure that editor is on it. For published site, again, YCDSB. And I'm going to click on viewer. You're going to click done. Okay. And this way, now I'm able to go in and add comments on your site. Okay. Never, ever, ever click publish, please. The second thing you're going to do is up here is the URL. Once I've created this and I've hit my sharing properties, I am going to copy my URL. I am going to go into my D2L. Okay. I'm going to go into assignments. I'm going to scroll down till I find CPT. Okay. It's on the next page. Right here, CPT portfolio. I'm going to scroll down to where it says comments. And in here, I am going to click on paste. There is my URL for the CPT. And I'm going to hit submit. Oops. Okay, I got to move this over. I can't move this. Oh, there we go. I'm going to hit submit. And now I've submitted my CPT. Okay, I want and then don't forget to hit done. Okay, I want everybody to do this because if you run into problems and I can't open your files, you're going to have some problems. Okay, you're going to end up potentially losing 30% of your grade. Okay, so that's what you need to do in order to save it. That's what you need to do in order to create it, share it, and submit it. The other thing that I need you guys to do that I'm seeing that a lot of kids haven't done yet, you need to get yourself organized. So you need to go into your Google Drive, okay, in your Drive. You're going to click on, if you already do not have one, you're going to click on new folder. Sorry, my computer's lagging. And you need to create a careers folder. All of your work that you've completed so far, you have to put in your careers folder. Okay? So I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into my careers folder. And you need to make sure that it is shared properly. Okay, so there's my careers folder. In this little, where you see this little arrow pointing down, you need to open that. You need to go into sharing. And you need to make sure you're not sharing it with me. See where it says general access restricted? Only people with access can open this link. You want to change that from restricted to YCDSB. And then instead of viewer, you want it so that it's editor. And the reason being is any link that you share with me, I will be able to go in and I'll be able to edit it. Okay? So I need to be able to have full access to your stuff, because if you don't share it properly with me, I will not be able to open your files. And when I go into your Google site, I will not be able to open it. I will not be able to see it. And I will not be able to grade it. Okay, so to avoid that, you are going to go into, again, the little arrow. You're going to go into share. You're going to go into general access. You're going to click on the little arrow. You're going to click on YCDSB. And you're going to click on editor, not viewer. Okay? You can put viewer, but if I run into any problems, it's on you. Okay? So you decide. Nobody will be able to come in and see this unless you provide them the URL, meaning to say you've got to give them a link to your assignment. So if somebody doesn't have a link to your assignment, they will not be able to find it. Okay? So you need to make sure that you organize your careers folder, because this is where you're going to be uploading all of your assignments. What I've noticed is that some of you guys are not calling your assignments what they need to be called. So if I go into Unit 1, like mine's very organized, okay? See how my assignment's called A1, M1 Media Piece, okay? Day in the life. Recording a day in your life. There's my title of my assignment. So if I wanted to add this, let's say, to my careers CPT, okay, the first thing you need to do in order to do this part, to set up your career CPT, is you need to add pages, okay? So here, for home, I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to call it home page, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another page by clicking this little button right here, which is the plus sign, and it's who am I? Whoops. I. Okay, and you're going to add that too. And then you've got, I can't remember what the next one is, but I'm going to pull it up over here. And my next one is, who do I want to become? Copy. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy it. And there's my next page. And then I know I have a mental health page, so I'm just going to, oops. Okay, and you can get creative with your titles and you can call it my mental health page. I really don't care. If you want to move things, you can just pick them up and drag them, meaning to say you click on the title, you hold it and drag, okay? What I'm seeing is some of you guys don't even know how to do that. So it's really hard for me because you need to have a little bit of technological skills in order to do this course. I can't teach you how to use apps and how to use your computer and all that. So I'm really hoping that you guys know some of these skills, okay? So now I also have my what is my plan, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my Google site, add a page, and voila, it's done, okay? This is just before these are all out of order. Okay, so now they're in order. So there's all of my pages. Now what I strongly recommend that you do is let's go into your home page. Okay, I'm going to move my picture over to the side again. I see a checklist, and this is all your CPT. So in my home page, I would probably copy this. And I am going to add it in my home page. And all you do is click anywhere here, click it 2 times. Okay, whoops, let me do that again. Okay. Anywhere on your page, you click it 2 times, 1, 2, and this pops up. If you want to add something from your drive, you click on this. If you want to upload something from your computer, you click on this. If you want an image, you click on this. I'm just going to click on text and I'm going to paste what it is that I need to add on my home page. Okay. So now I've got my checklist. As I do things, I'm going to delete them. Okay. So a professional picture of myself. So I'm going to click 2 times here. I'm going to add a picture. I'm going to pick a picture from, I don't know. I'm going to just put this picture. Okay. There's my picture. Okay. I'm probably going to add a text here because I need to include my name, my school. So I'm going to put Mary Chiaravalotti, and I am at St. Augustine Catholic High School in Markham, Ontario. Okay. So there's my title, and this would be a picture of me, but I'm just not including a picture of me, okay? Let's say I want to change the font. I'm going to make it pink because pink is my favorite color. I'm going to bold it. I'm going to make it really big because it's a title. I'm going to maybe change the font to, I don't know. I'm going to change it to, I don't know. There we go. There's my font, okay? So now I've done this, so I'm going to go ahead and take my professional picture out because I completed that. I'm going to take this out because I've completed that. Okay. So now my dream career. I'm going to put that my dream career, I'm going to put it right here. And here is insert. Okay. So for me to insert little templates, I guess you can say, there's all kinds of things that you can insert in here. Okay. I am going to insert a divider. Okay. I'm going to move this divider over here. And I am going to insert this template right here. Okay. So I'm going to put that I want to be my dream job. My dream career is teacher. Okay. I'm going to make teacher nice and bold. I'm going to make it an 18 font. I'm going to choose this as my font. Okay. And then here, I'm going to upload, or I'm going to select an image from the internet. So again, the way I did that is you click on the plus, you clicked on select, and I am going to select an image. I'm going to type in teacher. And I'm going to pick a picture of a teacher off the internet. Okay. So now I can't quite see that, so I'm going to make my picture bigger so that it's in there. And there is my dream job, a teacher, and I've got a picture. Okay. Let's say I wanted to add, okay, on my Who Am I page. Okay, so my Who Am I page, I'm going to go into Who Am I. Oops. And I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to put it over here. In my text, there's my checklist of what I need to complete for Who Am I. So I can see that I want a reflection a day in my life. So I want to add it here. I'm going to click on my Google Drive. I'm going to go into my careers folder. Okay, or I can even go into recent. I can see my most recent. So let's say I'm going to click on my media piece. I'm going to do this one right here. A1M1, recording a day in my life. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hit insert, and voila, there is my assignment. If I want to make it bigger, I can. Let's say I want to do this and I want to add a title to it. I'm going to put A1M1, a recording a day in my life. Okay, I'm going to make this bold. I'm going to change the color to blue, and I'm going to make it really big. Okay, so now I've just added my assignment, a day in my life. So because I've added it, I'm going to take it off my list because it's done. Okay, so there is a day in my life. Next, I'm going to add this one right here, identity representation. So I'm going to, again, I can go into Google. I can even search identity representation. And if you called it the assignment, you should be good. So there's my identity representation. Okay? And there it is. Okay? Here I'm going to add a title. It is 1.2, I believe. Okay? I'm going to copy that. Even better, I'm going to cut this because it's done. I'm going to bring it over here. Paste. I'm going to change the title. Okay? And I'm going to change the font, etc. And there is my piece. So, what I want to show you is basically, here's my page. In here, I'm going to leave my stuff here. By the time I'm done, all of this should be deleted. Okay? And this should be my portfolio where I get to now, as your teacher, get to see everything that you did. Okay? It should be presented in a nice, creative manner. You can change the background. You can do all kinds of things on your Google site. Okay? But the most important piece is that, number one, by the way, you can also change your image. So let's say I want, who am I? Once I'm done, I want my, actually you can go from the gallery. I can make that as my background. And there's my background. Or I can add a picture. I hit select. And I can take a picture from Google Images or photos that I have. So maybe this is what I want as my background. And there's my background. Okay? So you kind of decide what picture you would like to add behind. If you ever make a mistake, you could always go back. So, have fun with it is basically what I'm saying. It's got to be your page. You make it any way you want, okay? Remember, there's really cool themes that you can pick. Like, let's say I want to change the theme and I want it to look like this, okay? I can do that, right? For here, let's say I want this theme. Let's say I want that theme. Like, you decide how you want it to show, okay? Again, your pages, there they are. Remember, you can go in and you can edit them anytime by clicking on them. And then remember, when it comes to inserting, you've got different things that you can insert, okay? The most important thing is that once you're done, you're going to copy and paste your URL, which is up here. This is called a URL, and you upload it into assignments, okay? And then the most important thing is for you to make sure that you have your careers portfolio where you've put everything in and that you've made sure that you've shared it properly with me, okay, through general access. So if you have not already done so, I need you to go in and I need you to make sure that you've organized your careers portfolio, okay? And make sure that you have shared it properly, okay? I'm going to leave it again that anyone with the link can view it, only because I have kids that use this that are not from our board, okay? So please, number one, make sure that you've created, and again, to create new folder, careers, okay? You need to create a careers folder. You need to get yourself organized, because if you go into Drive, this is what your Drive, like this is the way my Drive looks. A lot of you guys have just a bunch of files and you don't have anything done properly. Like you don't have it all organized. And if it's not organized, you're not going to be able to find it. Okay, so you need to get yourself organized. I hope that this video helps. And yeah, okay. Now